Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome replay viewers. The time is 5:30 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time, and once again we are at the Long Island Railroad Station in Westhampton for the initial run for the 2024 season of Long Island Railroad Train 16, the Cannonball. Long Island Railroad's Cannonball runs on Friday evenings, Friday afternoons, from New York's Penn Station to Montauk at the eastern end of Long Island. The first leg of the journey is a non-stop 76-mile trip from Penn Station to Westhampton. The train departs Penn Station at 4:07 p.m. and then is scheduled to arrive here at Westhampton at 5:41 p.m. for a 94-minute trip. Did I get my math right? 96-minute trip for 76 miles. Hi, Craig. Craig is with me tonight watching. Very good, thank you. They may be running a few minutes late tonight because of some traffic problems in Queens, passing through Forest Hills area. Apparently there was a bridge strike in the Forest Hills area earlier this afternoon. Now let me get my cheat sheet out here and I'll read everything to us. Well, as I stated, Cannonball departs New York Penn at 4:07 p.m. and arrives at Westhampton at 5:41 p.m. Following Westhampton, the train will make stops at Southampton at 6:03, Bridgehampton at 6:13, East Hampton at 6:25, and arrive in Montauk at 6:48. Cannonball equipment will include two EMD DM30 AC dual mode diesel locomotives, one at the head, one at the rear, powering 12 Kawasaki C3 bi-level passenger cars. Okay, train time app. I'm getting the Camper News is telling me, glad to see you tonight. Just passed through Mastic Shirley according to train time app. Thank you very much for that update. We got quite a few people getting on board here at Westhampton to head east toward Montauk. Of course, quite a few people will be disembarking from the train here at Westhampton since this is the first stop. Let me do a time check here. 5:34, so we have another 6 minutes before the train arrives. Let me just pan around the area here and show you a little bit of where we are. 76 miles due east of Penn Station by rail. 79 miles by road traffic. And the eastern end of Long Island, Suffolk County, at the start of the so-called Hamptons resort area. Let's pan around and we'll see people starting to arrive into the parking lot here. I guarantee you folks that this parking lot will fill up rapidly. Naboul, how are you? Good to see you. Thank you for joining me. And you certainly are up late. Let's see, 5:30 here, 11:30 where you are, 6 hours ahead of us. Thank you for joining. So this is the initial run for 2024 of the Long Island Railroad Train 16, the Cannonball, which we know from past experience runs Friday evenings in the summer season between Memorial Day weekend and Labor Day weekend. They will also operate a Cannonball on Wednesday, July 3rd. Andrea, good to see you. Thank you for joining me. I hope you got to see a Cannonball pass through your area in Queens. They should be due here in Westhampton in about another 5 or 6 minutes. Maybe a little longer than that. We just got a train time app update that it had just passed through Mastic Shirley. Jennifer, hello to you in Madison, Wisconsin. Thank you for joining. Beautiful day here on the east end of Long Island. Temperature right now is 81 degrees here at Westhampton. Absolutely gorgeous day. More of a summer day than a late. Okay, now we have another update here. Very good. Thank you for this. People keeping me informed. Cannonball is probably by Santa Mauritius now, so that's about 10 minutes away. I apologize for all the background noise, but what we have here are the landscaping crew trimming a hedge about 50 feet from me. Right over here. Hopefully we might see some high roller air traffic coming in and possibly departing from Francis Gabreski Airport, Suffolk County Airport, which is just to the east-northeast of us. In that general direction. I'm looking toward the northeast right there. So with a southwest wind, we would be under the takeoff pattern for the main runway coming this direction. We'll see. Sometimes we get to see Gulfstreams, corporate jets, and other corporate jets. And Mr. Master 767 has just gone live on YouTube, on his YouTube channel. So I see we have also Jennifer telling us that Madison, Wisconsin is now experiencing thunderstorms. Had to retreat to the basement, the tornado shelter of all things. But everybody's safe and sound. I'll try to keep this as steady as possible. I'm operating with my Osmo 6 gimbal stabilizer. The iPhone 14 is attached to that. Okay, 5:40. No sign of the train yet. Possibly operating maybe about 5 minutes late tonight. I've been asked by people like how many passengers can they carry on this train? A good round figure is about 2,000. Each of these Kawasaki C3 bi-level passenger coaches seats approximately 160. So times 12, you get that figure. And then of course a certain number of standees are going to be on this train. Perhaps not as crowded as it has been in previous times, but they could get up to 2,000 people traveling on this train. And since this is a peak fare time between 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. on weekdays, I think the current one-way cost is about $27. Broyo is telling me 5 minutes. Thank you for that update. I really appreciate that. Summer season is starting in the Hamptons. So this is a big deal to travel to Montauk for the holiday weekend. Although, trust me folks, the ocean water temperature is still pretty cool. It's only in the 50s right this time of year. We're supposed to have decent vacation type weather tomorrow and Sunday, and probably rain showers on Monday. Of course, that'll be the day that everybody who's heading east tonight and tomorrow morning will be heading back to New York City and up the island. So for some planning purposes, what I'll do is plan on being at the Long Island Railroad Spionk station around midday Monday to catch some of the return traffic from the East End back to the city. They usually run a 12-car set on the midday train. Three minutes, thank you, Broyo. Appreciate that. That means he's past Spionk. Well, we have entertainment tonight for the live broadcast here. How's the signal holding up so far, folks? We have any issues with that? Buffering or anything like that? Hamptons Reserve. I see a comment about the Hamptons Reserve. No. Oh, here comes the train. I just spotted the headlight coming around the curve by Old Country Road. I don't think they're running the Hamptons Reserve cars. They haven't done that since COVID. Now, 4 years ago, they ran, the first 3 cars were reserve seating, where you paid a premium for a reserve seat, and of course there was no standing allowed in the first 3 cars. Signal's good, thanks Jennifer. Yeah, it is a shame that Hamptons Reserve is gone, but I think what happened was they were not really filling up those 3 cars, and even with the fact that you had to pay a reserve price for a seat, they were still losing money on that. So it's probably better to pack it with just the regular first class fare. Here they come. First Cannonball of the 2024 season. I'll give them a salute here. $5.17.
Get your hands away from the moving train. Get your hands away from the train.
Okay, these kids are going to be confused. This is not going to open up here. Now the crew will do what they call a double stop. They'll open up the first 6 cars. They're going to do a double stop. They're going to do a double stop. They open up the first 6 cars, and then they pull the train forward, and they open up the rear 6 cars.
So in the front or back 6 cars?
Well, this is the back.
Okay.
Walk by the shed, and you'll be able to get on. Go by the shed. So anyway, the crew will do a double stop. They'll disembark the people from the first 6 cars, and then they will pull the train forward and open up the rear 6 cars. Big crowd getting on here at Westhampton to head to the Montauk. Train is now being repositioned and will platform the rear 6 cars. Keep an eye on these kids so nobody gets hurt here. The conductor was giving them the business. Standing room only. 504. There's our MOE crew in the rear cab. Quite a few people getting off, but also surprisingly quite a few people getting on. And there goes a jet takeoff from Gabreski Airport. With close to 2,000 people on this train, Long Island Railroad doesn't want any problems holding it up, so they have an equipment maintenance crew ride with the train. And a lot of times the road foreman will also ride in the lead cab with the engineer. James, stand clear of the closing doors. Good to see you, James. I'm glad you were able to join us. I want to tell you that was a great radio broadcast I listened to last night. Okay, here we go. First Cannonball of 2024. That was for us. Next stop, Southampton, followed by Bridgehampton, Easthampton, and arriving at Montauk. Now, we are not going to go anywhere for a little while here until this parking lot clears out.
This is what you call a madhouse.
This is exactly right, Craig. This is Westhampton Madhouse.
Yeah, I've got Jim with me if anybody was listening.
So let me just pan around here, and we'll just stay right here until it thins out. Depot Road. Another little interesting fact is that the station here, is actually in the unincorporated village of Westhampton, but the incorporated village to Westhampton Station. Hey. We're in Manhattan.
It's 100 times worse than this in the city.
Wait till people start avoiding trying to avoid the equipment, for this.
If anybody wants the worst time, let me chat back up. Yeah, if anybody wants probably the worst time to come to Westhampton or even to watch the Cannonball here, try 4th of July. That's where it really gets jam-packed.
Yeah. Well, we'll be here, right? July 3rd.
I'll see what I can arrange.
Oh, Craig, you have to, don't let me down. You have to be here. I mean, you're going to have two. Of course, the Friday before that is going to be a busy one also, but July 3rd, the Wednesday night, will be another busy one.
Hope everybody enjoyed the Cannonball.
Okay, I see we're getting some comments about buffering, and I'm sorry, I apologize for that. It's just the way things are here with the Wi-Fi connection.
Well, my bit rate's holding at 6K right now.
Okay, good for you. Mine is not doing well.
Yeah, and I'm also getting triple messages for some reason on here, but on the chat itself, it's just showing one.
I will review this live broadcast recording, which is recorded on the iPhone, and this evening then I will also make a 1080p backup recording of tonight's events. So we'll have hopefully one without freezes, data freezes, and buffering and things like that, also to be taking a look at that. Okay, good people, thank you very much for joining us tonight. I'll say goodnight to everyone, and we'll see you next Cannonball. For my friend Craig, who's always here with me on Memorial Day weekend, thanks, good to see you again. And take care, everybody.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang it up too. Hope everyone enjoyed, and I will see you all next time.